I arrived at my daughter's wedding exactly the way her mother wanted me to. Quiet, in the back, supposed to stay out of the way. Sarah told me that straight out when she called 3 weeks earlier. She needed me there because people would ask questions if I wasn't. But I wasn't part of the family anymore. I was the cautionary tale her mother had spent 12 years perfecting. My ex-wife Michelle had done her work well. After the divorce, the story became fact. I was unstable. I had substance issues. There were legal problems, financial disasters. Sarah heard these things from the time she was 11 years old. I was the warning story her mother told everyone. I showed up anyway, sat at table 19 with people I'd never met. Sarah walked past twice during cocktail hour and gave me that smile you give someone you have to acknowledge but don't want to. For years, everyone suspected me of something. Collections calls for debts I never opened, credit denials, 3 times pulled over because my license plate matched an alert in the system. I'd tried fighting it, but Michelle kept producing documents with my signature, forged, as it turned out, but I didn't know that then. The DJ announced the first dance. Sarah and her husband took the floor. Then the music stopped and 2 plainclothes detectives walked into the reception hall. The room went silent. Everyone turned to look at me, at table 19 where the unstable father sat. I started to stand, hands already moving up slightly. I'd learned not to make sudden movements. Both detectives walked past me without stopping. They walked straight to the head table, straight to Michelle. She was laughing with the maid of honor when they arrived. Her face went from confused to panicked in seconds. The detective held up a badge. Michelle shook her head hard. She pointed at me across the room, her hand trembling. "You need to talk to him. He's the one with the problems." The detective didn't look at me. "Ma'am, we need you to come answer questions about financial documents filed in your name." Michelle's voice got louder. "This is my daughter's wedding. Whatever this is, it's a mistake. Talk to him." "Ma'am, we need you to come with us now." Michelle was walked out past everyone. People just stared. Sarah took off running. I heard her heels on the floor. Some people started leaving. I stayed at table 19 for 10 minutes. Then I walked to the venue office where I could hear Sarah's voice through the door. The detective introduced himself as Detective Carver from the Financial Crimes Unit. "We have evidence," he said, "that suggests your mother has been opening financial accounts using your father's identity. Credit cards, personal loans, business lines of credit. We're still building the case, but what we've found so far goes back at least 11 years. I felt sick. The collections calls I couldn't explain? Real debts, just not mine. The legal problems that made me look unstable? Lawsuits from creditors trying to collect what Michelle had borrowed. The reason I couldn't co-sign Sarah's student loans, couldn't help with her first apartment? Michelle had already spent my credit, all of it. Sarah kept asking why. Detective Carver wouldn't tell us everything, but said there was evidence of planning, of deliberate damage to my reputation. Then Detective Carver pulled out another folder. "There's something else," he said. "This is why we came today." Inside were refinancing documents for Sarah's house, the house she and her husband had bought 3 months ago. "Based on the timeline, it looks like she waited until you'd closed, then started the process while you were planning the wedding." Sarah leaned forward. "I didn't sign any of these." "We know," Detective Carver said. "Your mother did." Michelle had forged Sarah's signature on a cash-out refinance application. The application would have pulled equity from the house and left Sarah and her husband with a larger mortgage they never agreed to. When the title company called your husband about the verification Tuesday, he said he didn't know anything about a refinance. They contacted us. Sarah looked at me, then at the detective, then back at the documents. She was going to steal from us? She was going to leverage your property without your knowledge, take the cash, leave you with the debt. He paused. From the emails we recovered, it appears she needed money. Fast. There are gambling debts. Significant ones. Sarah's voice broke. At my wedding. Michelle hadn't just destroyed my reputation for 12 years. She'd been setting up her own daughter the exact same way. Detective Carver asked if I wanted to press charges. Yes. My voice didn't shake this time. Then, he asked Sarah. She looked at her husband. He nodded. Yes, she whispered. The reception had mostly cleared out. A few relatives were boxing up centerpieces and whispering. The cake sat untouched. Sarah's husband drove her to their hotel. I went home alone. She called me 4 days later. Her voice sounded hollow. I'm sorry, was all she said. Then, can we meet for coffee? I need to try. Michelle took a plea deal for 4 years and restitution she'll never pay. Sarah hasn't visited her, and neither have I. Last week, Sarah asked if I'd come to Sunday dinner. Just her husband, and me. I said yes. But I won't lie and say it doesn't hurt every single day. Because the truth didn't give me back those 12 years, and it didn't give Sarah back the mother she thought she had. I don't know if you can rebuild trust after this. When your own mother plans to destroy you, what's left to believe in?